Fact check. 6 days of Trump lies about the Hurricane Helena response. Is it Helena or Helena? How is it pronunciated? I don't even know. Or pronunciated or whatever the fuck. I don't know. People always correct me. It's pronunciated, bro. They go to big homie Caitlin Collins. So, former President Donald Trump has delivered a barrage of lies and distortions about the federal response to Hurricane Helena, while various misinformation about the response has spread widely without Trump's involvement. You know, the MAGA goons work hard without pay as well. The Republican presidential nominee has been one of the country's leading deceivers on the subject. Over a span of 6 days, in public comments and social media posts, Trump has used his powerful megaphone to endorse or invent false or unsubstantiated claims. Okay, so let's read the rest. On Monday, Trump falsely claims that Biden has not answered calls from Georgia's governor, Brian Kemp. During a visit to Georgia on Monday, Trump said Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has been calling the president and has not been able to get to him. It was immediately clear that Trump's claim was a lie. Kemp, a Republican, told reporters earlier Monday that he had spoken with Biden the day prior, and that it was Kemp who had initially missed a call from Biden, not the other way around. We have heard enough lies from Donald Trump to know that this was not a mistake. It was not confusion. It was not some sort of like miscommunication. Donald Trump is well aware of what goes on. Unfortunately, he is briefed on everything. Donald Trump is well aware that Joe Biden in every universe would reach out to Brian Kemp. Joe Biden is not Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the type of nigga to sit there and refuse to call your phone or pick up your calls if you got beef with him. Trust and believe, if Donald Trump was the one in office and Brian Kemp needed to receive a phone call or deliver a phone call, Donald Trump would just sit there and, you know, he'd be fixing his face and like doing all this. The phone ringing. People dying. Folks screaming for their life. That's Trump. He gonna sit there and act like he has no idea what's going on because you got individual beef with him. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. That's how Donald Trump behaves. He then tries to take his own behavior and plaster it onto everyone else. Well, I would ignore Brian Kemp's phone calls, so surely Joe Biden would too. Bro, there's literally video of Brian Kemp talking about the fact that him and Biden were on the phone. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, I mean, I'll let Director Stallings talk about what we've done from GEMA, but just to walk back, I mean, we did an early state of emergency statewide for this storm because we knew this storm was going to be a statewide event. You know, it wasn't going to be just south of Macon, or it wasn't going to be the east or the west side of the state. We knew we were looking at a monstrous storm that would be a statewide event. This is one of the biggest wind field storms ever to be in the Atlantic, and obviously, when you see the devastation of a hurricane that came into Florida, all the way across Georgia, up through South Carolina, and still did the damage it did in North Carolina, I mean, it's just incredible.
Let's get the likes up to 30, chat.
So I just spoke, the president just called me yesterday afternoon. I missed him and called him right back. And he just said, hey, what do you need? And I told him, you know, we got what we need. We'll work through the federal process. He offered that if there's other things we need, just to call him directly, which I appreciate that. But we've had FEMA embedded with us since, you know, a day or two before the storm hit in our state operations center in Atlanta. We got a great relationship with them. We've been in touch with our congressional delegation, with the Speaker Burns, the legislative delegation. And so, you know, thankfully we have an experienced team that's used to this, and just like the expedited disaster relief that we're requesting, they have acknowledged receipt of that, and I'm sure that they'll take care of that very quickly.
Bro, it's like Donald Trump. This is one of the most annoying eras in American history. It's like a gnat. It's like a loud ass gnat doing like just doing the Dougie on your fucking ear. Just it's like bro, it won't. It's like he continues to do this and it works every time. Matt Walsh goes on Twitter and lies about how we're not giving FEMA funding to the American people, but we're blowing racks on Ukrainian hoes and all these lies. It's like, why? People are dying. People are losing their livelihoods, and you take advantage of it to spread lies. But again, why does Donald Trump spread lies about this? Because Donald Trump has nothing else to offer. Donald Trump is literally the Jack Doherty of politics. Without confusion, chaos, and ghetto activity, what could he possibly do? He's not funny anymore. He's no longer funny. Now he's just disrespectful. No one wants to hear him talk. I don't want to hear Trump ramble and ramble and ramble incoherently about topics that are in no way, shape, or form connected to one another. Like, I'm not interested. We've seen his supporters walking out of the fucking arenas. We've seen his supporters leaving early because they got better to do. Donald Trump is out of tricks. Now all he can do is just lie. That's all he got left. All he could do is just make shit up. And it's a grown nigga, by the way. This is a guy who can't, bro, Marjorie Taylor Greene sitting there not offering her condolences to the Georgians who lost their lives, the Floridians who have lost their lives, Carolinians who have lost their lives. Oh no. No. The American people, Trump voters might have gotten hurt in the hurricane. No concern for the American people, Trump supporters might have gotten hurt. And I care about the fact that some Trump supporters got hurt because there are fellow citizens. Marjorie Taylor Greene had not one simple care in the world for a Harris supporter. All she cares about is Donald Trump's supporters. These people are not serious adults, my G. Brian Kemp knows better than to side with Donald Trump. And we notice because in comparison to DeSantis, who pretends to not know what the fuck is going on with Joe Biden, DeSantis sits there and says, he never called me. He didn't call me. I never received a call. He never called me. Because Joe Biden just doesn't know how to reach Ron DeSantis. Joe Biden has Brian Kemp added on Instagram, but he don't got Ron DeSantis. Y'all believe that, chat? Do y'all believe Joe Biden can't reach Ron DeSantis? You can't miss him. He's as fat as Trump. You really believe, bro, who in here actually believes Joe Biden can't get in contact with Ron DeSantis? The reality is, bro, Ron DeSantis is over there playing games because he knows that Donald Trump wants him to play these games. You can't even receive the president of America's phone calls in a state of emergency because Donald Trump might not like it. DeSantis is one of the most duplicitous little snakes I've ever seen. He not only betrayed Trump, but he also betrayed this country by refusing to cooperate with the president over an emergency. This is the same DeSantis, by the way, who double-crossed Trump. The same Trump who gave him a career, he double-crossed Trump when he thought Trump was going to go to jail. It didn't happen. Trump won the nomination again, and then DeSantis wants to pretend like he's always been Team Trump. DeSantis is literally just an attempt at being Trump. DeSantis is a cheaper version of Trump. I'm just being real. Just lying, but Trump just lies. So Kemp told reporters that he had successfully called Biden right back. Kemp added, he just said, hey, what do you need? Blah, blah, blah. We already watched it. Monday, Trump cites baseless reports about anti-Republican bias in the North Carolina response. In a social media post on Monday, Trump said of North Carolina, I'll be there shortly, but don't like the reports that I'm getting about the federal government and the Democrat governor of the state going out of their way to not help people in Republican areas. It's unclear what reports Trump might have been getting, but there was no apparent basis for the underlying claim that the Biden administration and the North Carolina governor, Roy Cooper, were maliciously abandoning certain communities out of partisan bias. Trump provided no evidence when a reporter pressed him later in the day. This is a recurring theme over and over and over and over again. Trump, can you prove it? At least Giuliani gave an answer when he was talking to the Arizona Speaker of the House. Well, Rudy, do you have any evidence for these stolen votes? Well, we don't have any evidence, but we have a lot of theories. At least Giuliani was capable of being like, yo, look, like, I'm a lying motherfucker. We all lying motherfuckers, but we're Republican, you're Republican. Let's lie together. Trump don't even admit he's full of shit. He never will. Literally just lying about the... And by the way, Donald Trump actually tried to figure out if he could withhold aid from states run by people he didn't like. Donald Trump is the only person who was like, can I fuck these people over because of personal grievances? He's the only one. Trump is the only one, but he still finds a way to try to play Uno reverse and project all of his issues and his inability to be a fair leader onto everyone else. Let's see what else he did. Thursday, Trump falsely claims the Biden-Harris response had received universally negative reviews. What is this, Yelp? Is this Yelp? Universally negative? Trump wrote, oh, here we go, in a social media post on Thursday that Biden and Harris are universally being given poor grades. Do y'all believe Trump did his homework? I don't believe that. I believe Trump had somebody else do his homework. Poor grades? Poor grades. Biden and Harris are universally being given poor grades for the way that they are handling the hurricane, especially in North Carolina. Again, Donald Trump has to politicize every domestic issue because without constant division and chaos and confusion, Donald Trump does not have any leg to stand on. He has nothing to offer besides hatred, fear, chaos, misery, confusion. That's it. Normally, a grown-ass adult would say, hey, how about I just stay out of this? I'm not the president. I've got, bigger fish to fry. Focus on my campaign. Do what I need to do. And let the big dog, Joe Beasy, handle the problem. He can't do that, though, chat. Donald Trump has to politicize every issue and manipulate every issue because, again, without nitpicking at everything and lying, he has nothing to stand on. The only campaign issue he's running on is the border. No one loves his plan for abortion. His economic plans are always cap. It's always bullshit. His foreign policy plans are literally just bitch made. It's like Donald just wants to just let Putin hit it from the back. It is what it is. Donald Trump's entire plan besides the border is just pussy. Nobody wants it. You don't want it. I don't want it. No one wants it. Trump is so bitch made. Joe Biden, who on occasion can barely talk and even do his thing, is out gangstering Trump. Joe Biden is a bigger gangster than Trump, and especially with foreign policy. That is why Donald Trump has to constantly engage in petty tactics, trying to lie about Biden and Harris's handling of these problems, despite the fact that they've made a clear effort to make sure everyone is cared for and accounted for at all times. All times. They go on to say that Donald Trump's statements were not even close to accurate. Though the Biden administration's response had certainly received criticism, it had also been praised by various state and local leaders, including the Republican governors of some of the affected states and the Democratic governor of North Carolina. Plus, local leaders, including the Democratic mayor of the hard-hit North Carolina city of Asheville. For example, Republican South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster said at a Tuesday press conference that federal assistance had been superb, noting that Biden and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg had both called and told him to let them know whatever the state needed. McMaster also said that FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell had called. Seems like a woman. Seems like a woman. You know what MAGA's about to do when they find out she's, this individual's female and a hurricane hit. She needs to be fired because of DEI. Bro, MAGA world for women is literally just like hall monitorism times 20. You can't even breathe as a woman with power without MAGA being like, so what's going on? Is that DEI? Niggas all up in your business. Magnifying glass, Blues Clues up all in your shit. I'm telling y'all, bro. Mark my words, bro. Give it about like 2 weeks, they're gonna be talking shit about this lady. Thursday, Trump falsely claims Harris spent all her FEMA money on housing illegal. Yo, hey. So apparently, FEMA gave Kamala Harris an allowance. Kamala Harris has received an allowance from FEMA, and she blew it all on housing illegal migrants. Chat, what the fuck is this country? We need Barack back. We need Barack. We need, bro, like... we need Barack. Now, actually, we got Big Kamala coming in, so we be alright. But goddamn, bro, like this nigga, her FEMA money, because apparently Kamala Harris is the one who, like, no. The House is not in charge of fiscal legislation. Only Kamala. Kamala just presses the money button, and problems get solved. That's Trump's logic. Seriously. At a campaign rally in Michigan on Thursday, Trump claimed that Kamala spent all her FEMA money, billions of dollars, on housing illegal migrants, many of whom should not be in our country. They stole the FEMA money, just like they stole it from a bank, so they could give it to their illegal immigrants that they want to have vote for them this season. How do you even disprove this shit? We all know it's a lie, but how the fuck do you even how do you prove that Kamala didn't take FEMA money and blow it on, like, undocumented, like, baddies? You can't even, bro, this nigga has mastered cap. Just say unfalsifiable shit and you're good to go. As long as the opposition can't prove you're lying, are you really lying? Chat. What the fuck is happening? First, there is zero basis for Trump's suggestion that the Biden administration is running some sort of scheme to get undocumented immigrants to vote illegally in the 2024 election. Voting by non-citizens is a big felony. Second, there is zero basis for claiming that FEMA disaster assistance money was stolen by anyone, let alone Harris. The fact that this has to be typed by CNN about a candidate for the presidency is crazy. There is zero basis for claiming that FEMA money was stolen by Kamala Harris personally. What's she gonna spend it on? Like Birkins? Like, they want me to believe Kamala blew the FEMA money on Birkins for illegal immigrants. Okay. That's what they want y'all to believe. Why are we always playing defense? Because we don't make up shit. If we made up shit about Republicans, they'd have to play defense. But we don't do that. Democrats don't do that. We don't play those kind of games, so we're constantly playing defense. And also, we're not aggressive enough. Like, bro, CNN doesn't even talk about January 6th anymore. Everybody's moved on from Trump's most egregious crime. It's a combination. It's a combination of factors for why or more like combination. It's a combination of reasons for why we don't have the aggression we need toward MAGA. The main reason being we don't just make up shit, you know? Now, I got half a mind to make up shit. I'm tired of this shit, bro. Like, it's crazy that Russia gets to make up shit. Elon gets to make up shit. Trump been making shit up. We just have to sit there and just be surrounded by misinformation and try to be the adults in the room and say, come on, guys, that's not true. Meanwhile, MAGA's like trying to fucking beat us over the head with the hammer of bullshit. Like, it's crazy, you know? So Congress appropriated $650 million in the 2024 fiscal year to fund a program that helps state and local governments house migrants, and instructed U.S. Customs and Border Protection to transfer that $650 million to FEMA to administer the program. But this $650 million pot is entirely distinct from FEMA's pot of disaster relief funds, as the Department of Homeland Security the White House and independent observers noted this week. They're just two separate things funded separately by Congress. But everyone knows that, though. Everyone knows these things are not joint funded. Well, that's not true, because if everybody knew that, Trump wouldn't be... Never mind. We know, but MAGA doesn't know. Friday, Trump claims that $1 billion was stolen from FEMA for migrants and has gone missing. At this point, this nigga is literally just writing his own new storyline. At this point, this nigga is just writing his own storyline. He has his own characters, his own superpowers. He's literally just at this point just like splurting ketchup on the walls. Like, this nigga is just making shit up. Not that he wasn't it before, but this nigga is a dedicated author. This nigga just makes stuff up. Seriously. Trump claims $1 billion was stolen from FEMA and has gone missing. Hold up. Niggas do this shit in Russia all the time. Why is it? Let's just say Kamala and Joe Beasy stole $1 billion to go spend it at Magic City or whatever. Let's just say that happened. Isn't this the kind of shit Trump likes? Trump sat there and said the president should be immune. Why can't Biden and Kamala steal $1 billion and go do what they want with it? I didn't know Trump had a problem with crimes. Since when was Trump against criminality? Trump the biggest gang member in politics today. He the only nigga we know to get hit with a RICO. How is Trump the one deciding that crime is wrong in 2024? You've been the main criminal this whole time. I'm not even about to, bro. We already know that's bullshit, bro. Stole $1 billion. Trump claims the federal government is only giving $750 to people who lost their homes. At a campaign rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday, Trump strongly suggested that Americans who lost their homes in the hurricane were only being offered $750 in federal aid. They're offering them $750 to people whose homes have been washed away, and yet we send tens of billions to foreign countries that most people have never heard of. They're offering them $750. They've been destroyed. These people have been destroyed, Trump said. Think of it. We give foreign countries hundreds of billions of dollars, and we're handing North Carolina $750. Trump's claim is wrong. As FEMA explained earlier in the week on social media and on a webpage, it created a combat misinformation about the response. $750 is merely the immediate upfront aid survivors can get to cover basic, pressing needs like food, water, baby formula, and emergency supplies. Survivors are also eligible to apply for additional forms of assistance, such as to pay for temporary housing and home repairs that can be worth thousands of dollars. The current maximum amount for home repair assistance, for example, is $42,500. During Harris's visit to Georgia on Wednesday, she said, and the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like, and you can apply now. FEMA is also providing tens of thousands of more dollars for folks to help them be able to deal with home repair, to be able to cover a deductible when and if they have insurance, and also hotel costs. Bro, it's crazy how this man can just make this shit up. Somebody, Bamboozle said, nobody knows about crime as much as me. I'm surprised he hasn't said that yet, because it'd be true. He is the #1 criminal. Bro, more claims. Saturday, Trump falsely claims there are no helicopters, no rescue in North Carolina. So Biden and Kamala just watching from the crib like it's Real Housewives. They're just sitting there, feet up. Biden and Kamala just sitting there, feet up, chat, just feet up, just sitting there, watching a natural disaster like it's Real Housewives according to Trump. They just sitting there big chilling. Y'all believe that? Like, what the fuck, chat? Hey, bro, if I read more of this shit, I might actually lose my fucking mind. Niggas saying there's no helicopters and no rescue. Chat, at this point, okay, there's no more. Whew, I was about to say, but this nigga's a lying motherfucker. I mean, we already know he's a lying motherfucker, but golly, bro.